So does anybody have chickens?
Yes. Not yet.
These, but you know, if you go to a typical chicken pen, there's an odor. I want you to, and then when you go to a chicken pen, the chickens run up to you because they're hungry. I want you to approach my chicken pen and watch two things. One, there's an odor, and the chickens will totally ignore you because they're not hungry. Really? Because I want you to get that odor is not natural, and nature there's no odor. Odor only happens when you have condensed animals in a small space and concentrated manure.
Unhealthy environment.
Unhealthy environment.
So you keep it clean and you...
I don't do anything. I just throw yard waste in there, and the chickens spread it all over the place. You can't even find the manure in there. It's so spread out.
Oh.
Because I give them plenty to eat.
Oh, okay. So what's the difference between the field chickens and the laying hens?
Those in the field are meat chickens. He's raising those for meat. He's gonna process them and sell the meat.
So they don't lay any eggs?
No, because they grow fast.
Okay.
These are all lay eggs over here,
Okay.
and I have them. You see, this is my yard waste control. I throw nothing away. See, all my weeds, all my prunings, all go in the chicken pen. They eat what they want, and the rest I just burn and make ashes out of it, which is the most fertile soil in the world. You know, wood ash has the highest mineral content of anything on the planet. Do you know that? Wood ash, and here's why. See, when fire goes through wood, everything's burned and consumed except minerals. That's all that's left. And if you've ever seen where a fire goes through a place, what comes back is totally green because of the high mineral content that got left. And so I take all my yard waste and bring it in there, and whatever the chickens don't eat, I burn and just create ashes.
And just spread that around?
Yeah, and then I heat with wood in my house, and I take those ashes and spread all over my garden orchard because it's such mineral-rich material.
What about coffee grounds?
I'm thinking everything organic, anything that God created is fine. Because the compost, here's a scripture, from dust we came, from dust we return. Everything that God created turns back to dirt. It's such a beautiful principle. Nothing's wasted. There's no waste. Everything turns back to dirt. It's just such a perfect recycling program, you know. And again, it's just you know, it's really thoughtful. Okay, we can come down here and you can check out my chicken pen.
Oh yeah, it's tedious, you know. It's not really that. It's not designed for this.
A couple times. You see how the chickens totally ignore you?
Yeah, they do.
They're not hungry. And you notice there's no smell there. What's that? Nope. Now I want to show you something interesting I did with my fig trees. You see the one under my willow tree there? Right in front of you?
Yeah.
You know why it's there? That extends my fig harvest. Because all the rest in full sun get ripe earlier, because that's in shade, that's really set back a while. And so I get a longer harvest. Well, look at them all. Look at the branches.
Yeah, there's a lot of figs on it.
A lot of figs, and it's a small tree. It's so good. That soil is awesome in here.
Why would you throw all that good rhubarb to the chickens?
Because it was done. And it grows back. See, by pruning it all off, I'll get a whole other crop now.
You could make syrup and put it on pancakes.
Oh, I have, in Squim, I have the most amazing rhubarb plant. It's so huge. I've never seen one so big. Now, that nub, could you make a point to photograph, get a good picture of this garlic? Because Karina, my friend in Connecticut, wants to. This is her garlic she gave to me, and she wanted to see, because hers isn't even close to this big. Now, Karina, that nub's taking a picture of this your garlic here, because I wanted you to see it.
This is garlic?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was leek.
Now that's garlic. Look at this. Look at the size of that stuff.
They're huge.
A friend of mine in Connecticut gave me some garlic, and I planted it, and it's just awesome. It's a French variety that's supposed to be like a real delicacy, like a really special one, you know. And
How big is the ball coming
they get to be about this big.
Oh, really?
See, I won't harvest that till August, so it's still got a ways to go. And see, I cut all the scapes out of it. You can see they're growing back because it just doesn't want to stop, doesn't want to quit. Now break that is amazing to eat.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah, break it off at the base, and when you take that home, cut it up, and put it in your food. It's like having total awesome garlic. It's just so good. We'll smell the end of it. You'll see. It's like potent, man. It's potent.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no.
That is so good. So flavorful. And
Again, nutrient density is awesome. It's just
so good.
yeah. It's real garlic. You know?
And my breath is going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm not put off. I like garlic. It does. It's a nice flavor, nice odor. I'm not put off by garlic.
It's amazing.
You don't like garlic?
That is really good.
You know what's amazing about garlic? Garlic is an antibiotic. It's an antihistamine. It's an antifungal. It does everything. It's the most potent, healthy food on the planet. I mean, it is really an amazing food.
Garlic and honey. You could live forever.
And potatoes.
I have a question about that oven in the back.
Did you like that?
We went to the outhouse.
Is that-
I've been wanting to build one.
That is a cool pizza oven, man.
Do you use that for like baking bread?
Oh, we do bread. We do pizza. Pizzas are awesome.
Well, obviously, yeah.
You know, yeah, we love that thing. Yeah, that's a good oven.
That's
And there's
cool.
nothing like stuff cooked outside like that. It's just there's no comparison to the flavor.
Well, it's so much hotter. That's what
Hotter
I
and yeah, it's just again, it's just like pooh, it's right there. I mean, you put that thing on, you gotta flip it because it's done now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm jealous of your oven. I've been talking to my husband about building one in the backyard.
And me.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah. Did you see the Catio?
Yes, I did, and I want to build
She
one.
wants one.
Isn't that a cool Catio,
It
man?
is.
Those cats haven't made it.
She's
They're
been
like-
talking about that forever.
Well, as soon as we got a cat.
Yeah, we've only had a cat for a year, but it's prison for him to be in the house.
I know.
So
And they spend all day out there. They love it. They just totally love being outside.
What you need is a tunnel from the catio into the house.
Did you see that?
There's a total bridge.
Oh, I didn't see
There's
that.
a complete bridge from the house.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, you see it right on top. Big bridge.
What's that?
The Catio with the bridge.
We were admiring your backyard when we went back to the.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of plain, but it works.
Oh, no, it's
No,
not.
it's lovely.
Yeah.
And I really want one of those pizza ovens. So, do you bake bread in it?
I haven't yet, but I need to. I haven't used it to its fullest. I just been doing pizza, and I gotta gear up for it. Up until this year, I was traveling a lot teaching. So up until COVID, so I really have to get more focused on home. And it's easier because I'm using it in my place.
We don't want to turn our oven on. You know, our
Oh,
living
inside
area
oven.
windows are all westward facing, so it gets really hot.
Yeah, our house is super cool. So it's really, it was God that put it in. It's really a blessing. Well, but you guys, you know what you should do? If you do a garden, you should do herbs and make it approved for us so you can utilize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
your
use
garlic
for it.
is impressive.
Are you going to harvest it too soon?
August.
Yeah, I was going to say they probably need to be. Somebody was asking me today, are you harvesting your garlic yet? And I said, I don't know. I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, usually wait till August. But everything's this stuff grew so much faster this year. So I may be doing it sooner.
How long does does the garlic last? Like you?
Oh, we have garlic that we harvested last.
I have got that garlic underneath the wood stove is still good.
Good, yeah.
I'm still using it.
Yeah, it was
But you have to figure out a
almost the whole year if you keep it in a good place. And
So read up on how to store
dark.
garlic.
yeah. But again, it's just it's so good for you, and it's just I grow a lot of. I have a place in school. I grow quite a bit, and because it's just so and I can eat it and everything. I love garlic.
You guys don't have any kind of a natural cellar, natural food storage anywhere?
Well,
You have He told me you have a big refrigerator, but
Yeah. Yeah, you can do like there's a lot of things you can do. Like you could do we don't have, the water table gets weird here because it's clay. So you can't really put anything under the house for storage here. But, different wherever you live. But there's lots of things you can do. Build a side room and put in a freezer without the door, and that'll keep it cool, dark, and dry.
That's really, really important. In your food storage, you want a freezer without the door. Because, frost-free freezers is the dumb thing they ever did for us because it dehydrates all your food.
Right.
But if you set it in a building, you want it dry, you open the door, it pulls all the moisture out of the air and keeps it really dry in there. It's amazing how it works.
but it's running the whole
It's
time.
running.
No. I have mine come on 3 times a day for 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And that room stays totally clean. I have all kinds of dry. I have all kinds of food in there. The store is amazing.
Oh, interesting.
We
How big is the room?
Terry has.
it's 16 by 20.
She's a.
Oh, so that's a good sized room.
So it's almost like having a cellar.
Well, it's the downstairs of that building back there. It's the guest house in the downstairs area we have.
Yeah, I'm not going to have that much room.
No, you're
But
not.
how this lady who really does dry foods over in Seattle, and went into this room of hers, had all this dry, and she had this refrigerator with the door off. And I'm asking her, "What's up with that?" Well, that's getting all the moisture out. And she explained to me how, and I did that, and it's just phenomenal how it works. Because I could never keep onions or garlic, but it's just amazing how that gets all the moisture out.
So all you need is a dark room with a freezer that comes on for a few minutes a day
Yeah.
to suck all the
Well,
moisture
that's all
out.
a dehydrator is. It's just a refrigerating coil.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. But again,
you're not dehydrating
but see,
it, you're just keeping it dry.
ideally, you shouldn't have a refrigerator
Taking the
that's
humidity
frost free,
out of it.
because that sucks all the moisture out of your food. You should have a refrigerator freezer that has ice. That's the best. But they make the funky ones, and you can use that to get all the moisture out of your air.
Oh, okay, so you want one of those.
that's what we have in the garage.
Yeah, most of the new ones.
I have
I have
mine
one
like.
too.
But again, if you're a hunter and you do animals and you put your stuff in that freezer, it's dehydrated. It's not good.
Yeah.
It sucks all the moisture out.
I mean, our freezers don't defrost, but it's still over time is going to dehydrate it just off and on, just from opening the door.
Maybe, but I build up quite a bit of ice in my freezer.
Yeah, well, every now you just chip it all out of there. There's no problem. It's something you do.
But yeah,
That's so pretty when I clean it out.
I have a
Immediately starts
that's because if you open the door, every time you open the door, humidity gets in there and it freezes. Then that's the That's the
And again, in Western Washington, it's a damp area.
humid, yeah.
Not humid, it's just damp. It's not really humid here.
No,
you get back
right.
back in the Midwest, and,
Yeah.
and that's humid. This is not humid.
I saw a plastic cellar kind of situation. Like, I saw an advertisement for it. Probably because I've been looking at so many gardening sites. Where you can either dig it in or you can just cover it. And it supposedly acts like a cellar, like
Cool.
a refrigerator.
Well, the soil is a really great place because it maintains 45 degrees year round.
That's what he's saying.
And so if you have like a mound, you can build into a hillside. And back in the day, people had root cellars.
Right.
And that's what they were. They were
Yeah.
in the ground because they maintained 45 degrees.
And that's what this plastic thing would be. You
Yeah.
just dig out a hole and shove it
Put in the
there.
ground, yeah.
And it has stairs.
that's why that
pretty
Alone in
cool.
the Wilderness guy dug a hole.
Yeah. Have you read The Egg and I? It's an old book. But
Well, the Egg and I is actually over here.
I know.
Is the road.
yeah.
Egg and I.
Oh, well, it's because their farm was here.
Yeah.
And a lot of the book is about their farming.
Yeah.
Like, it's got nothing
Oh, yeah,
to do with
this-
the movie.
That's the egg and us.
The movie was The Egg and I. It was Claudette Colbert.
I thought that was the egg and us.
No.
No.
Egg and
the
I.
restaurant.
And again,
Foosball.
it happened. It happened right over here.
Movie, but
They were right over here. But the book is way different than the movie. But it had a lot
Most
of...
most books are different than the movie.
Yeah. Well, they just focused on their farming and stuff, and they were like, I always remembered the way that they stored their celery. Was they harvested it, and then they laid it out and threw the ground back over it, and just kept it in the ground and pulled it up as they needed
Needed
it,
it.
because otherwise it got bitter.
Actually, my root vegetables in the winter are far sweeter than the ones in the summer. Because when the ground freezes, the sugar comes up, and they're much better tasting. Much better winter. My carrots and beets are awesome in the wintertime.
When do you
a dog.
all winter long. You see the beauty of having them in the ground. It's still live food. They're not growing, but they're live, and so you can pull them out whenever you want them. It's live food. What's that? No, I plant like August. I want them full size, get really big, so I get really good mature. See all those carrots over there? Aren't those nice looking carrots?
Yeah, they are.
And you can pull one just to see how good they taste. They're really good.
So those ones are from last?
No, I planted in the spring, but go pull and see how good they are. They're good carrots.
When do you plant carrots?
January. I mean April.
April?
April. Now, before you eat it, run it by your nose, because I want you to see something awesome. You see, once vegetables are picked, in 10 minutes they lose up to 80% of metabolic properties. When you buy organic carrots in the store, they don't have any odor, because something's lost. And you shouldn't rub the dirt off. You should eat that, because that's high minerals. I'm serious.
Maybe you just need to rub it down. Just take a shower.
Not bad, huh?
Good, yeah. Really tender.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, it tastes like it's supposed
Shut
to
up!
be.
I did not. I did not. You tell the truth.
Now the tops, just give it to the chickens.
So good. Came right out.
Well, it's supposed to.
So easy.
That's what I love about the wood chips. I mean, it just makes everything so easy. It's just how you get like, this is how it's supposed to be. All this hard stuff was not intentional.
I don't mind the dirt either.
It's not even dirt. It's wood chips.
It doesn't taste like or
It's minerals. It's like
because the carrot overpowers the flavor of the dirt. But it doesn't even have that grainy texture.
well, it's not dirt. It's wood chips.
Wood chips, but
Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.